Hey everyone, and welcome to PGN Live. We are back again on this fine Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. I say back again because, yes, we streamed this morning, and it was a fun stream. I said I'd be back. I said I would continue the total. So that's why we are starting the stream off with $27 on the board. Remember, if we get to $128, we do a $10 eShop gift card giveaway, which is pretty sweet, I think. um, we've given different things in the past, including games, coin sets, and gift cards. Today would be a gift card if we do. But before we could do that, I've got to get the pop-out chat rolling. See who's here. I'm going to put a pinned comment. The pinned comment is a special one because it's kind of the inspiration for the streams talk. But our streams go all over the place, as you know. Because today is the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker's anniversary. And that's going to be the comment that I'm pinning. Boom! We'll watch it together here. But if you're all watching now and have the ability to open up a second tab, I'd appreciate a like and a comment on today's gaming history video for March 24th. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker came out on this day back in 2003 in the North American market for the Nintendo GameCube. It was originally released in Japan late 2002. 2002 was really big for Japan because towards the end of the year, Nintendo GameCube received Super Mario Sunshine, Metroid Prime, and The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. The three big ones from Nintendo right there at the end. North America got Zelda a couple months later, but still, like, what a tight window, you know? That doesn't happen too often. Okay, the chat is rolling, and we've got Ash Gaming 17 in the house saying, hi, we are back. Hi, Ash, welcome back. Aaron Cedillo, hi. Joyce J69, Zelda? You got that right. Favorite topic. Brandon White, 4998, says hello. And then Ash Gaming 17 also saying, the stream has been plugged on Twitter. Thank you very much, Ash. Looks like we've got 8 people watching right now, which is a good start. We'll see if this is a big stream or not. You know, this is a different time for me. I'm normally not on at 4 p.m., but I think that this 4 o'clock spot might be popular. We'll see. Crazy Scott is here saying, what's up? What's up? Yeah. Lately, our streams have been, pretty successful. There was a time where we were like in the 12 to 17 range. Then we kind of went into this, low 20s. Then this high 20 range, low 30s. And now it's not uncommon that we're in the low 40s, kind of as a regular stream, or mid 40s even. Sometimes we get up to like 83, 80-ish, 79, like right in there, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, it seems like mid 40s is sort of our new normal. 4 o'clock p.m. my time means decent amount of people are off of work and school, but you've got folks still working at 5 till 5, so for another hour. Some people might be able to catch the stream on their commute home. You've got, Central Time folks at 6. Maybe it's not yet dinner time, or it is after work chilling time. And then you got your 7 o'clock Eastern people. Surely you're done with work right now. maybe it's a good time to hop on PGN Live and enjoy some video game talk. We'll see, you know. It's also part of it from the perspective of consistency. Yeah, I'm streaming like 4 or 5 days a week, but am I at the same time? Am I doing so at the same time every day? More or less like 10:30 a.m. Pacific, right? So this is sort of a new time. We'll see. I think if I established like this 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. time slot every day, that might become a new thing. But, anyways, just some food for thought. Just me kind of talking out loud with y'all, seeing who's going to be here, what new faces are here, see how it goes. Yes, best topic ever. Hard to argue with that. Laker 2020 saying, I'd love to see a Wind Waker sequel or prequel showing the water rescend and you game on more landscape. There's a mod out there on the internet, forgot the name. What happened immediately leading up to the Wind Waker? Or show us the end of the game before the Wind Waker that saw the flooding of Hyrule. How about that game? Yeah, you'd know how it ends, but wouldn't that be a neat experience? How different of a Hyrule it was before, down below, to then be flooded and become what it eventually was in the Wind Waker? Oh, that's interesting. Or a sequel. And, you know, I don't mean a sequel like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, but another sequel. Or is it too much set in Wind Waker's world? I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. Good talk, though. Hell, it's 407, 410 for me. Yeah, that's true, Ash. Brandon White saying, hey, Paul, with that Switch sale, FF7 Remake was like $23. I picked it up for that price, even though 40 wasn't bad. Man, you got it for 23 bucks? Heck yeah, that's good. Jeez, I hope everybody here, if they're remotely interested in Zelda, or sorry, I'm interested in Zelda today, clearly. If you're remotely interested in FF7 Remake, $23. Jeez, what a steal. Because it's absolutely worth 40. Heck, that's a $70 game. High quality $70 game. Nice big cast, great voice acting, tight, smooth, cool gameplay, beautiful music, awesome music, some tracks that are like unforgettably good. 70. 40? 23? Oh. You know what? It would be really cool to give away a copy of that game today instead of an eShop card. That might be possible. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Hey. Here. Take advantage of the game on sale. Enjoy FF7 Remake. Not a bad idea. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? Dan Whiting. Hey, from Vancouver, Paul. Hey, Dan Whiting. Welcome, welcome. Hope all is good up north. Ash and your younger audiences are lurking in your streams while doing their homework. Well, hopefully not being distracting to homework, you know what I mean? But kind of off in the distance. Little bit of conversation about gaming, entertainment. That's okay. Let's see. Yvonne Francois is back saying, hello, Dan Whiting. Always thought the depths was originally an underwater world. Thoughts? The depths from TikTok. I was trying to say Tears of the Kingdom and Wind Waker at the same time, and I said TikTok. From Tears of the Kingdom? The depths? Underwater world? Gosh, maybe. Or it could just be underground. Caverns and such. But could they have been flooded once? Maybe. Who knows? Exciting possibilities, though. Zelda should end. Let's do the finale. end? A final game, you mean? How could it finally end? Zelda can never have an ending game. Although poor Hyrule, they've never really been able to just build a concrete building, make a car or an airplane. How many years old has Hyrule been around? How old is Hyrule? Yikes. Keep reverting back. Keep reverting back, They can't just progress forward. That's why it would be interesting to have a, cyberpunk-ish future Zelda. Like, finally, things lasted long enough for civilization to go beyond straw hut, brick, mortar, but into steel and concrete and paved roads and light posts and cars, electricity, airplanes, traversal, TV, commercials, radio, internet, etc. And this is a future Zelda setting, but evil found its way to come back. And a hero came back, and a princess came back, and man, they could really do something polarizing with the franchise with that type of visual, that type of deviation. Laker 2020 says, FF7 love to buy, but is 90 plus gigs. I'm down to 35 gigs left. Darn it. You know what? So, fortunately, I received... I don't think he'll mind if I say it. I don't know. Does he want me to say it or not? I don't know. Just in case. I have a 1 terabyte micro SD express card that I received from somebody awesome for the Nintendo Switch 2. And it has really helped out a lot. Without it, though, I would have been kind of annoyingly playing this game of refrigerator with my Nintendo Switch 2 library. However, it is free to do so. You beat the launch games like Split Fiction, Fast Fusion, and Welcome Tour, and you don't plan on playing them all the time, delete them. You won't delete the save file, but why take up 70 gigs or 56 gigs or whatever of hard drive space to have Split Fiction when you're not going to be replaying it 9 months later? Street Fighter 6, you pick up once every few weeks for a couple of matches. Okay, fine, keep that on there. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now I got it physically, but let's say you got it digitally. It's been several months. You beat it. You love it. It's a wonderful game, but you don't need to have it on your system constantly eating up 30 gigs or whatever, so delete it. You know what I mean? There is kind of an annoying factor of doing that because you just want to have all your games available, accessible at all times, which is the benefit of cartridge. But that being said, if there are certain games that you have that you're not playing regularly, I would suggest deleting a couple. Play FF7 Remake. Enjoy the heck out of it for $23. Then delete it when you're done, because you probably won't play it again for a while. But it will be worth the $23 experience. Even if you don't play it right away, it's still a good enough deal that I think might be not a bad idea to buy it now, because that's $17 savings. That's considerable. You might play it some months down the road. Then again, you could always make the argument, well, if you're going to play it down the road, maybe you'll just buy a bigger card then, right? But I'd say get it now if you're interested, because it is a good deal and it's a good game. They just lurk in your streams with no sound playing. Hey, that's okay. It still counts as viewership. I'm here to listen and mod. You know, Pokemon Fan 34, if we have a certain visitor today, before hitting that delete button or ban button, let me reply first. As long as the comment isn't super crazy, negative, hardcore bad, right? If it's just kind of one of those, why you gotta start off with that, let me address him or her or them or that individual. I think you know who I'm talking about. Let's just see, what you got to say. What you got to say. Probably nothing good, but I want to give the person the opportunity because they show up every once in a while. When they were originally showing up, it was their old behavior of just deliberately trying to be cute and clever of their negativity. Then it became really a kind of targeted thing. And then it kind of became like a little bit of a weird new thing. And I'm like, I really don't care for that kind of behavior, but for the sake of fairness, I'll let him come in and just be like, hey, as long as you fall in line with positivity, that's okay. The moment you get nasty, though, that's not acceptable. Okay. Zelda will never end. They wouldn't kill their third best-selling franchise second if we don't count Pokemon. I'm emotionally attached to Zelda. It can never end. Are cars, concrete, planes, and TV the real end goal of human existence? No, we don't know the end goal of human existence. We have yet to get there, Nintex 2 Dope. We need teleporters. We need to have teleportation. But teleportation brings up a really interesting thing because if you demolecularize yourself and reatomize yourself elsewhere, are you you? What connects memories and full-on brain power activity, your soul, to your physical body? It's always been an interesting thing. Like, to teleport, you're not moving this object and fast, quickly throwing it over there. You are moving this object, destroying it, recreating it. Well, that recreation isn't from your mother and father anymore, is it? It's pulling atoms up from wherever else, unless if there's a different way to teleport. I don't know. It's all science fiction, crazy talk, but not necessarily crazy talk. Many of the things that people hypothesized one day ended up coming true, right? The dreams of tomorrow or the dreams of today are the realities of tomorrow. Oftentimes. So maybe teleporting isn't all that impossible. Maybe it'll happen. We'll see. One thing I do see is some blue in the chat. Double our pleasure, double our fun. It's the statement from the great mint, double mint gum. Something like that. Roger Enyart with a $2 super chat saying, double our pleasure with Paul Gale Network. Hi, all. Hi, Roger. And welcome back. Boom. And just like that, we're at $29. That's a really fast way how to get to $29 because we already started the stream off with 27. Let's see. I miss swimming as Zora Link in Majora's Mask. Wish they would have an underwater aspect in the future Zelda game. Yeah, I miss being underwater, too. It's been enough time that I'd like to see it, Let's see. Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, with steel boots, mostly. I like some underwater traversal. I think it'd be cool. I kind of thought that Tears of the Kingdom might have had that before we fully knew about all of it, I was like, oh, maybe some of the skydiving aspect that we're kind of getting the vibe of from the early trailers will be applicable to underwater navigation too. Not quite the case. We got caves and such. We got the depth, but yeah, give me some water traversal. I agree. Yeah, got a 512 lock in. That's nice. If there was going to be a live action Splatoon movie, who do you think should take the role as Agent 3, Agent 8, Callie Marie, Captain Cuttlefish, and DJ Octavio? Oh boy, I don't have a cast in mind. But, you know what? Off the top, I just like. I like a few people in Hollywood. I mean, I like, I don't dislike anybody in Hollywood. I like actors and actresses. I don't follow a lot of gossip and breaking news of this or that. I mean, I did see a certain actor today, in a video in a dispute with the neighbor and stuff like that. Like those kind of things pop up or a little bit more widespread. But overall, I like certain actors, actresses from the roles they play, and they seem like pretty good people, good interviews, kind of fun, funny. Once in a while, I have the opportunity to meet them, talk, hang out, interview. Sometimes just a bump in, casual, random occurrence. But someone I like is Zendaya. I met her once, and she was really pleasant. I've seen her act in quite a few things. I like her, and just off the top of my head, when I was reading this list as Callie Marie, boom, 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 I'm like, you know what? Go, put Zendaya in the Splatoon movie. Yeah, I don't know what role, but I just like her, so let's go Zendaya. Brandon White, I have a 256 gig on brand card. I hope that's a decent card compared to others. Yeah, I went for a while without one, and then I received this 1 terabyte bad boy, and that's been solid. And I haven't deleted anything yet, but even I will have to delete something eventually. And I mentioned Split Fiction earlier. It's still on my system or card. Eventually, I'll probably delete it, and I'll feel a little bit yucky about doing so. But the reality is, dude, I'm not playing it. I beat it, loved it. My kids had files. My wife and I played. We had 3 files going on simultaneously on that game. It doesn't need to be taking up storage space after a while. If you ever want to play it in the future, get an itch, just bust it out and play it. I think Zelda should totally have a finale, not final game in the series. I want to see this awesome series come to a close. I'm 43 now, so in the next 10 to 20 years, let's get a closure before we die. Oh, man. Like some kind of wrap up, and then maybe a reboot or something. Allow it, however, if they make any nasty comments. Oh, yeah, then definitely not. Or if they say nasty, they get banned. Yeah. I agree. We got Adam's teleportation moves space, not matter. Nintendo All Stars is back. Hi there, welcome. Playing Monster Hunter Stories 3. Need to level up my monster friends. That's cool, Tsukino Ame. Hope you're digging it. Sorry I haven't been here very much. Just got done moving to and bought property that's 115 acres, and I had to find a job. Sorry, not took me a while. Will stop my new job a good money. Okay, I think I got the gist of it. Did you say 115 acres or 1.5? 115 acres? Holy cow. That's a massive amount of property. I mean, even 1.5 acres is a very healthy amount of land that you could put a few houses on that. But 115? Or even 11.5 is a lot. You taking Peach and Mario to see the Mario Galaxy movie? No. But I'll tell you this. This was funny. This was cute. I mentioned it, I think, a couple of streams ago, unless if it was in the podcast, that we recently watched the Super Mario Brothers movie, and we paid attention, and I kid you not, Peach was looking up at the TV when Peach, you're so cool, was being sung, and it was really cute. It was really funny. Hire a bunch of squids and dress them up as kids. I'm a squid now. I'm a kid now. Good idea, Joshi. Fire Legend. Paul, I can't wait for the Mario Galaxy movie. I've been here a while. Mm-hmm. Isn't that true? I believe it. No, it's 1:15. Jeez Louise. We have a big family of 18 people. I mean, 18 people on 115 acres? You could make 18 houses on that thing. Easily. Oh. Woo. Woo. Love all your figurines, by the way. Thank you, Dan Whiting. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff here. I took one of them outside. You want to see it? Today in gaming history, March 23rd, 2003, the Game Boy Advance SP launched in North America. Who are you? Okay, that's not the video I meant to show, but that is something I put up, yesterday in gaming history. Game Boy Advance SP came out, right here. This is a cool little system. GBA SP. Nintendo's first backlit console. It was back to the form factor of a vertical device as opposed to the GBA SP, to the GBA. GBA went kind of horizontal in its setup, more similar to Game Gear, and then the SP went vertical in nature. Okay. Then you had the Micro, which was a really interesting, very small device. Then, of course, we had the DS, DS Lite, DSi, 3DS, 2DS. That was a different configuration, more of a square, right? New 3DS, new 3DS XL, new 2DS XL. Then Nintendo Switch. Nintendo perfected it. They bridged the gap between home console and portable console. But what I meant to click on is this one right here. Oi! Setting coordinates for D1. We made it to Gale Isle, just in time for me to say, today in gaming history, March 24th, 2003, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker launched for the Nintendo GameCube in North America. I do see that comment. Yes, the Game Boy Light was technically the Japan-only release of the modified Game Boy Pocket, but Japan only. So does that count? Yeah, I guess that counts. The first widespread, truly backlit console available globally, you could give it to GBA SP. The first ever in any type of production would have been, the GBA Lite. The GB Lite. That's true. I had the original Game Boy Advance for Christmas in 2001. The SP is a great console. Cheese Wedge. I love watching electronic restoration videos. Cool, cool. AJ Rax is here. Hi, everyone. Hi, AJ Rax. Very cool video, Paul. Thank you, Dan Whiting. Yeah, if y'all don't mind later on, unless if you have another tab available to you, checking out the Wind Waker video, that'd be pretty cool. Videos are doing pretty well today. I feel like this is like deja vu-y. Did I play this morning or not?
March 24th, 8 days until the release of the Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's going to be great!
Did I push the play on that one? I don't remember. But yeah, that was my attempt at Kamek from the Super Mario Brothers movie. He was played by Kevin Michael Richardson. Oh, your sire. He was nice. I met him at the Super Mario Bros. The Super Mario Brothers red carpet premiere and the after party. Kevin Michael Richardson was there. Super pleasant. I did make this video too, but I don't have a PSP, so I mean I could hit play, but it's not as cool because there's no device in my hands.
Today in gaming history, March 24th, 2005, the PlayStation Portable launched in North America. You got the whole world in your hands.
Yeah, PSP was a pretty big deal because it was the first time that Game Boy was going to get some competition in quite some while. And, you know, Nintendo had at the time the Game Boy Advance, the recently released Nintendo DS as a third pillar, and the Nintendo GameCube. And eventually they would have the Wii. So here's PSP releasing after the DS. How much would it impact the sales of the DS? Well, DS ended up becoming, at the time, Nintendo's best-selling console of all time, right? Portable console, but still. So PSP did fine for itself, but not quite DS numbers, not at all. And software sales definitely not close to DS's, like 960 million or so. And then the PS Vita, as a follow-up to PSP, did not do well. It was like Wii U territory, 14 million. Yeah. Miniature Bowser is hilarious. Yeah. Man, GBA talk got me thinking about Project Game Boy Atlantis and the other lesser-known Nintendo handheld before DS known as Lido 239. The Lido 239. I'm not ringing a bell at the moment. Let me see. I remember this early talk. Project Atlantis. Yeah. It would be really interesting. You bring up some interesting things, Nintex Tudo. It'd be really cool to see all of the things that these companies have designed, prototype version, or what have you, however far along they went before being scrapped. Just cool to check them out. See what else was, being developed at the time. I'll tell you one that I was always fascinated to see because I know that it was worked on but never got to see it, and that was the build of Street Fighter 3 for the Nintendo 64. N64 is the one Nintendo console that didn't really get much support from Capcom. Still did. Mega Man, Legends, 64, Resident Evil 2. There are a few. But at one point, a build of Street Fighter 3 was being developed for the N64. I want to see it. I don't care if it is janky. I loved the heck out of Street Fighter Alpha 2 on Super Nintendo. So I would be plenty happy. I would have loved, I'm sure, Street Fighter 3 on N64, you know? The thing had 8 megabytes of RAM with the expansion pack. It could have handled it. Dude, it could have handled Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. You had a 6-button controller. Ah, what a wasted opportunity. You could have had a great port of Street Fighter Alpha 3. Oh well. Despite the many batteries, the Game Gear was in color and rocked in the day. Yeah, my friend had a Game Gear. I have a very good feeling Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves will release sometime in November 2027. I like that idea, Pokemon Fan 34. That's a good one. The Vita was so awesome, though. Yeah, Vita was a cool machine. I mean, I was impressed. When I held that device at the E3 I went to, I was like, this feels like a quite premium product in my hands, you know? At the time, I did think this was going to be a bigger deal, a bigger success than it was. It was not a hit. But it had the workings of being a hit. I think it should have. Whoa! One thing that should have happened. I was trying to transition well. One thing that I know is true. I'm just going to say it. Big thank you to AJ Rax. 0440 out of nowhere. Cheese with the 10 gifted memberships. Wow. Amazing. 10 gifted memberships. That gets us right here. AJ Rax 0440. Thank you so much. What is this? And also, Ash with a bonus. Boom. $1 gifted membership. Big thank you. Thank you, Ash, for the $1 gifted membership. Thank you, AJ Rax, for the 10 gifted memberships. That brings us up to 222. Oh, that's kind of a cool number. And then that brings our total up to, let's see where we're at. I didn't add those together, did I? 20, 30, 40. Yeah. That's awesome. Holy smokes. Out of nowhere. Boom. AJ Rax. Victoria, DWF. Huge Crit 2. DB Verrett. Cynthia J. Simmons. The Foundation Gaming. Marky Picard. Areno Seb. Oskanglin. Issa Boy. And Blaine Plays Alt. All the recipients of your generosity. Big thank you, Ash, out of nowhere. Sorry, AJ Rax. Big thank you to AJ Rax out of nowhere for those 10. And big thank you to Ash for gifting it to Fawn 23465. Welcome. This is a good stream. You're all making it a good stream. I'm grateful. Let me see. AJ Rax, you hope Winds and Waves gets released in February 2027. Oof, that's early in the year. Okay, here's where I'm at on that. Earlier is better because we get to play it sooner than later. February is Pokemon Anniversary Month. But later in the year, November means time to cook. Develop, develop, develop. Make it as good looking, as tight, as smooth, as jam packed, as feature rich as you can make it. I would say take those 9 months and make it amazing. I would take November if I knew that extra development time is really gonna deliver, But we'll see. What if Nintendo comes out of left field and has a brand new 2D Metroidvania style Zelda game? Matt McDonald Media, that's sort of what I've been saying with this idea that I have of Nintendo giving the reins to Way Forward and say, hey, here's Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Make it new. Bam! New 2D side-scrolling action RPG with its top-ground elements as well. Top-down perspective elements as well. But really make a new experience out of that game. Although, yeah, like a brand new 2D Metroidvania style Zelda game, that would be pretty cool. Oh, man. That Street Fighter 3 for N64 would have been so good. It would have. Nintendo's too dope. Dang it. N64 was way more powerful than SNES. And yes, Street Fighter 3 used the CPS3 engine, whereas alpha titles used CPS2. But that's okay, dude. Like, the power difference in scale of CPS3 versus CPS2, I think, would have been easily able to be handled with that jump of what Nintendo 64 could offer over Super Nintendo Entertainment System. If it exists anywhere in Capcom still, they've got some file from 1998 or something, or whenever it was that they scrapped it. I'd like to see it. Dang. I'd buy it, if they somehow released it today. Like, you know what? We've got this old game. Hey, we're gonna call up a studio to print these old school cartridges, and we're gonna actually release a never before released Nintendo 64 game here in 2026. There are some team members having some passionate project, working late nights at Capcom, being like, dude, this is in the warehouse? Man, let's finish it. And yeah, maybe you have to have the expansion pack or something. No, we're not releasing it on NSO. We're releasing it on Nintendo 64 on a freaking cartridge, and you could buy it this way. Oh, I would buy it. And I would play it. I already have the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary collection, and I play it once in a while, and I do play Street Fighter 3 and other games on there now and then. But no, man, I would bust out my old Nintendo 64, and I would play it that way, because that would mean something to me. A lot. Fawn thinking Ash for the membership. Yeah, Joycey and Tsukino Ame missed the randomizers. Even though it's way too early to talk about Winds and Waves release date, they should release on November 19th, 2027, because it's the Friday before Thanksgiving and mainline Pokemon games. That would be nice. AJ going, woo! That's right, Roger. JM Powers 83. Hi, everybody. I beat Resident Evil 9. Now I'm trying to play RE7. I may need intense therapy after this. LOL. Dang. Okay, JM Powers, what did you think of RE9, first of all? Do you have a score or a comment? Secondly, dude, you're in for a treat. RE7, Biohazard, is pretty scary. It's a pretty scary game. AJ Rax says, I know, Paul, but if they don't have anything big for Pokemon Presents, the show is just showing off the card game and mobile stuff. What if at the Pokemon Presents they show off the game in its entirety, and it is coming that November? That would be a full 2 Pokemon Presents a year apart, both having the highlighted game be this like November 2027 release, which is kind of a long while to make people wait. Could it be like a May release instead of a November one? Huh. I wonder. Michael S. Gutman is here. Hey, Michael. Did the underside expansion slot ever get used on the N64? Yes. In Japan, they released the Nintendo 64 disc drive, aka the bulky drive that fit beneath it. I always wanted it. Even though I had an American N64 that wouldn't work with a Japanese N64 disc drive, I wanted it just for the sake of visual representation, to have a part of, history in my room. Mouse Pie is getting a fully physical release. I saw that today on PS5 and Switch 2. PS5 is $30, Switch 2 is $40. RE9 was great. So far, it's my game of the year. I agree. Although it's the only new game I played this year. Yeah. I'm very satisfied with the ending too. Yeah. Michael says, and there's a special edition on each console that's 20 more. It includes the base game, 3 postcards, a comic book, 2 sticker sets, I should say, a double-sided poster, and a vinyl of the OST. Wow. That's a lot of extra content for $20 more. Is it like limited run games doing that? 33 baseball cards, Mouse Pie themed, obviously. Did anyone find any clues for what Nate the Hate podcast will be on Thursday or Friday? Good question, Francois Duval. I don't know. Could be a direct next week. That would be nice. Wind Waker isn't perfect. It deserves a big budget remake. If they took The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker from Wii U, threw it in 4K, 60 frames per second, added some quality of life features even beyond the additional sale, maybe a little more gameplay mechanics. Would you go as far as to make a new island, a new dungeon, some post-game content? I don't know. But you'd have yourself another, I gotta buy this experience, Some people would buy it anyways if it was just the Wii U game ported over. But I think more people would buy it if you had the opportunity to also experience something else that's new in it, not in the GCN or Wii U entries, right? I remember when we saw the Pokemon Presents, a lot of people are disappointed Winds and Waves are releasing next year, but I don't mind it at all. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I mean, I think we're going to get plenty of good titles the rest of this year. And, just because Winds and Waves is next year doesn't mean that something else can't come out early 2027. Like, what if there is a Pokken Tournament 2? What if there is a new Pokemon Snap Nintendo Switch 2 edition? Oh, we don't know. You've got Paul Gale of Darkness. You've got Colosseum on the way. Dan Whiting, have you tried Pokopia, Paul? No, I haven't. Have you? I hear nothing but good things, but I have not myself. I don't think we are ever getting a direct. I don't think Nintendo is making any more games. Let's just play what we got. I saw that Mouse PI thing just a few minutes ago. I need to see a trailer for that game. Looks like something I'd like from looking at the box. Paul, remember when we had to look at the box to see if we liked the game back before the internet and before we knew game magazines existed? Man, well, I was always glued into magazines. Well, almost always. There was a little time, early gaming, where I wasn't collecting, reading magazines yet, I guess. But I was glued in for quite a while. But I do remember, yeah, going to the store, looking at the box, looking at the back of the box, seeing that, whoa, the front of the box artwork doesn't quite match. The back of the box gameplay is different, but that's what it was at the time. Yeah, those are good times. How often would I look through an instruction booklet eventually? Certain instruction booklets I'm very fond of. Super Mario 64 is one of my favorites. Street Fighter 2, oh geez, might be my overall favorite because I used to look at all of the stats of the fighters, their fighting styles, their heights, weights, likes, dislikes, their birth dates, their blood types, little bio around them, their moves. Man, loved it. I downloaded the demo for Darwin's Paradox. That's cool. I haven't tried it. I remember when Scarlet and Violet first came out, the games were rushed, lagging in certain areas, and really buggy. You spent 120 on the double pack. That's a lot. I haven't tried Pokopia yet, but some people say it's better than Animal Crossing. I've been hearing that quite a bit, that a lot of folks are digging Pokopia quite a bit. More so, in some cases, than Animal Crossing. Yeah. By the way, if Roger Enyart is here, Ash is here, Tabby Cat Games, I don't know if you're here. If y'all want to, drop a link to your stream, if one of you happen to be streaming tonight, go for it. Ash, you are here right now. I don't know if you're streaming tonight, but if so, you could drop the link. Don't be shy, Let me help you out a little bit, if possible. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Hold on a second. By AJ Rax just dropping a 10, you are also tied for the top March membership spot. You are already tied with Joycey J for the top March super chatter in a single stream, but now you're also tied with Roger Enyart and Pokemon Fan 34 for this spot. So let me put that so I don't forget. Ash, you are a brown belt, correct? It seems like it. And I loved Animal Crossing. Have 250 hours in it, but I'm skipping Pokopia because of the graphics. It just feels like I'm not going to appreciate building things. Everything looks similar. If it was in the art style of Animal Crossing and you didn't need to play as the Ditto, I for sure would have. LOL, I can't do post on mobile unless I have the link, but not planning on streaming. Okay, Roger, hold on a second. Let me get Ash's. we go. There we go. Ash, I don't know if you're streaming later today, but there is Ash's page on X. I'll leave it here to have a link below and the visual up there. There we go. Okay. LOL, I can't do posts on mobile unless if I had the link, but not planning on streaming. Okay, Roger. Well, anytime. You know how it is. Just go for it, okay? Very good points, Michael. Okay, I see you talking amongst each other. Boom, boom, boom. Michael was already subscribed to Ash Gaming. Awesome, awesome. Good. It's good to see y'all support each other. I like that, you know? I'm glad to see this community grow. That's a good feeling. What's also a good feeling is checking how many likes we have and how many people we have viewing. We have 26 watching now and 26 likes. How about that? That's good. I think it's good enough that sometimes when you have something that cool, you just gotta do some memberships. You know what I mean? So we got one gifted membership in the chat right now. And it went to Andreas FM. Thank you, PGN, for gifting one membership. And it went to Andreas FM. Let's check out what else is going on X over here. Oh, I saw this earlier. This was kind of funny. Have y'all seen this? Do you want to see it? Do you know what I'm talking about here?
Super Mario Galaxy movie mean different.
Let me know if you want to see it. I'll push play. Kartkin is here, by the way. Just drop it in to say hi. Hi there. Ash, remind me. Are you in the brown belt tier? That brown belt tier gives you the opportunity that if you want, your name will be blue. And then you could drop links whenever you like. That's part of the perk. Sure, let's watch it. Press play. Alright, let's do it. I saw it earlier, but I like it. It was fun. We'll watch it together.
Princess Peach.
You've got to be kidding.
This is not my day.
What is the second word?
Say the second word. The characters of the Super Mario Galaxy movie mean different things to different people.
Today, we will be guessing the names of different characters.
But we'll only have words as clues to describe them.
Let's go.
Let's go.
First one, red.
Mario.
I got a feeling about how this is gonna
Okay,
go.
I so appreciate it.
I-
With all of my heart, I must win.
Princess Peach.
You've got to be kidding.
This is not my day.
What is the second word?
Say the second word.
Dino.
It's
What-
not
what-
even. This is
Word out. Sorry.
Sentient. Weapon. And legs.
Sentient weapon.
Oh, mega leg.
Oh yeah, but yeah, no.
Here we go.
Next one, brother.
Luigi. Okay.
Okay, how about it? How come when it's brother, it's Luigi, but when it's pink, it's not
It's
Peach?
not Peach. I don't understand.
I
Red.
Crown.
Please be Peach.
Thank you. Watch the Super Mario Galaxy movie, only in theaters April 1st.
The reason why I chose to push play is that didn't have any spoilers. It was just the cast talking. And that's kind of the stuff that I want to watch leading up to the movie. I just want to have cast talk. I want to see the actors, the actresses having fun. I don't want to be spoiled on any more, like scenes. I'm actually going to bounce. I don't want to see anything else about the movie until I've seen it. That's exactly kind of what I was talking about. I don't blame you. Yeah, no spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers. I have my tickets for the Wednesday 12:01 right past midnight showing, and then again on Saturday the 4th at 11 a.m. So first my wife and I are going to go, and then we're going to make it a family outing on Saturday. I'm excited. That gives me an idea too. Oh boy, I put up a poll. I wonder how y'all gonna respond to this one. Let's see. Paul, is Andre from Game Explain trying to spoil the movie? He's posting everything. I don't want to be spoiled. I don't think he's trying to spoil the movie, but he is in kind of a complicated place because on the one hand, that's what he does. He covers news, entertainment. He's interested in the movie and he's covering every little detail about the movie. So as people search the internet for things, they see all these things that they have questions for on Game Explain. But as a fan himself, I also know he doesn't want to be spoiled of everything. So it's the whole split of, well, do I cover everything and scour the internet for stuff so that my site, my channel, is a good place to go to for this, but at the risk of me spoiling it myself? Or do I, not do certain work for Game Explain and go into the movie having more fun personally? Can I say something about the movie? Bowser's a great artist. Yep. Gotta go, guys, later. Bye, Michael. What is your favorite console? My favorite console, Dan, is the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be hard to top. Maybe Nintendo Switch 2 will, but Nintendo Switch is a big one for me because even though Nintendo Switch 2 might end up being better in some ways, like let's say it just does have some bigger, better games, first and third party wise, Nintendo Switch switched up gaming. What it did for gaming was tremendous, right? And nothing I think can compare to that for quite a while. But we'll see. I've avoided all of Game Explain Mario movies videos for any kind of spoilers. Yeah. Have you just watched, in that case, Roger, the base trailers and commercial spots? Or not even all of those? Yeah, I'm trying to not watch too much either. Excuse me. I'd have to agree. GTA 6 on Switch 2. Maybe JM Powers. Hopefully. We talked about that quite a bit yesterday, and I think there's a good chance. Look at this cast, by the way. That's a happy group of people right there. So cool. Yeah, look at Nintendo promoting Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Good. Got Roger Space on here. Resident Evil Lego. Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to always look at. Let's see. How is the Wind Waker video doing today? 250 views. Okay, okay. Got 802 for Game Boy, 1100 for PSP, 1100 for the Mario Countdown. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Official trailers, yes, good. GTA 6 might require a bit more horsepower. We'll see, you know. Nintendo Switch 2 and Xbox Series S do trade some blows this way and that way. They're comparable with, you know, Xbox Series S leading in terms of, you know, CPU. Nintendo Switch 2 with its teraflops and DLSS plus more modern GPU. They're both quite capable machines. We'll see what Rockstar pulls off with PlayStation 5 Pro, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and then if they do it on Nintendo Switch 2, how does that version fare in the end? I wouldn't mind if this were the thing. If the primary experience in the most ideal way is 60 frames per second, 4K, and that's the game on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, but on Nintendo Switch 2 you're getting it in 1440p at 30 frames per second, but otherwise the game looks the same, just a slightly visually reduced, you know, polygon count, fidelity, lighting, shadows, but overall it is that game, still in quite a nice resolution, just half the frame rate. I'd be okay with that, you know. If it's a smooth 30 and still in 1440p with the graphics looking quite close but a little bit less of a oomph, I'd say that's fine. And I'd probably go with that version, you know, because at that point it's so close for the most part that I would benefit more from also having it portable than having it look a bit better, play a bit smoother, but only on TV, you know? Because I have the option. Now, if it were like, okay, like let's say on the flip side, I could buy it for my PlayStation 5 or my Xbox Series X, and there, yeah, I've got like this 4K 60 option or this, you know, 4K 30 with ray tracing and improved graphics kind of mode at 30 and all this other stuff, whatever. And here's this Nintendo Switch 2 version where it's like, oh, they were barely able to make it 900p docked with a non-stable 30 and the graphics looking a full generation behind. At a certain point, you gotta say, nah, if it's not a good port, you got to go with what is the good version. If it's slightly less good, you got to decide. But if it's comparably great, just slightly less great, I'd say that portable version, is enough of a sway for some people. For some people, not. We'll see, though. The 64 was my childhood console. So many good memories, yeah. If Cyberpunk 2077 can come to Switch 2, why not GTA 6? GTA 6 might be too big in scope and size, in complexity of boarding towers, jumping off, parachuting, riding trains, flying off an aircraft, parachuting from a helicopter to here, open world, sandbox, level of depth in ocean to land traversal, loading, going into convenience stores, 7-Elevens, what have you, flipping back and forth between this perspective and that. Like, it might be too big of a game in terms of its overall complexity, which is kind of heavily reliant on CPU, that it might not work. However, when you take DLSS into play, if you've got enough CPU power to just basically have this dumbed down, weakened version that's barely running at this low level of graphics, but can handle the CPU and you use DLSS appropriately, then you got some wiggle room. It's like that DLSS does help the car still get to 200 miles per hour like the other cars. It's just the car that is Nintendo Switch 2 isn't reliant on just horsepower. It's got some NOS. It's got a smaller horsepower engine, but some nitrous on the side that still helps it get to that top speed. That's comparable. Maybe still a little bit slower than PS5, Xbox Series X, but faster at times than Xbox Series S. JM Powers 83, you don't know if you were here yesterday? Well, then let me show you this.
There's nothing more important to a man than his family. These men of honor, they too are my family. La Familia Corleone. I now invite you to be reborn as one of us. And now that I have your attention, I can let you know that
Today in gaming history, March 21st, 2006, The Godfather launched for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC in North America.
There you go. JM Powers 83. My favorite is the SNES. My less favorite was the Xbox 360. Like, is that how you rank them? 1 and 2? The 64, okay, well, I read that. If Cyberpunk 2077, boom, boom. Hi, Paul. Hi, everyone. Hi, Caps Paranormal. My thinking about Crimson Desert is that they're getting it to run on Series S, so maybe a Switch 2 version is possible? Could be. Oh, you guys were talking about GTA? LOL, yeah. DLSS 4.5 is amazing technology. If they could put it on Series S, then they could put it on Switch 2. Seems to be most of the time. Most cases, yeah. I got the Wii version of that Godfather game. That's cool, JM Powers. 83. Well, alrighty, everybody. I'm glad we had a second stream. We're probably going to cut it here. Thank you to Ash again. Thank you to Roger. Thank you to AJ Rax. Thank you to Joycey J. We still don't have one single top stream membership gifter or one single top stream super chatter. We have a three-way tie for one and a tie in the other. which is kind of cool, kind of rare, you know. We'll see how the month paves out. But we got some new members today. We're in the 200s again, which is really cool. Dang, tomorrow will be a week away from the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm so excited. The poll. Let's look at the poll one last time. Would you rather have a new 3D Zelda this holiday or a new 3D Mario? 53% went Zelda, 47% went Mario. Interesting. Cool. Alrighty. Thanks all. This was fun. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Appreciate you being here. Oh, before you bounce out, if you don't mind going to that Wind Waker link. The Wind Waker video today is the one that's got the least amount of views. So that one would probably get the most benefit. It would see the biggest, percentage increase if just 23 people right now all of a sudden liked and commented on it. Man, that'd be cool. If you want to. If not, that's okay. But I appreciate it. If so. But alrighty. Take it easy. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so we got a Wednesday stream. We'll have a Thursday morning stream to go over the Famitsu sales in Japan. That'll be exciting. See if there's a direct that drops in the middle of the week. Not to be expected, but would be fun. Alright. Take it easy. Catch y'all later.